What is going on, warriors and farmers of Tamaris? Back again with another Call of Dragons video. In today's episode, we're going to be discussing a brand new scary hot trend in Call of Dragons. It is known as BDR. It simply stands for Betray, Disband, and Rebuild. So many alliances are going to be copying this formula because one alliance has already invented it this season. I believe this new BDR meta is going to be sending shockwaves into Call of Dragons for the next upcoming season. One alliance has already done it. Many alliances are going to be following it. Today, we're going to be discussing everything. Like, share, subscribe, leave some comments down below. Let's get right into it. All right, warriors of Tamaris, a brand new trend has been invented in Call of Dragons and it's known as BDR META. This is when you betray your allies, and when you cannot live with the consequences, you decide to disband. You send an alliance notice saying that the alliance is going to be disbanding, and then you go and rebuild somewhere else. You take maybe a few of your leadership membership and you go and absorb yourself into another small alliance in a different generation. And then from there, you can just rebuild and all is forgiven. It is that simple. It is a brand new trend that I believe is going to be copied by many players here in Call of Dragons. I don't know which alliances are going to be adopting this formula in the future. It has already been done by one alliance, I'm pretty sure. So many other alliances are going to be doing this in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the brand new trend that is going to be hitting Call of Dragons for the next few seasons. As you guys are going to be seeing, so many alliances are going to be betraying their allies and then disbanding. This is going to be the new trend, guys. You guys better be ready for this. So it happened to us pretty much this season. We got betrayed by two of our allies in a despicable way. They used us to win the season. And then when the season was almost done, they decided to turn on us, take all the rewards, rally our cities, destroy our territory, and pretty much talk trash and try to like bring us down. Even after us fighting all season, they just didn't see our contribution in this KVK, decided to take all the rewards and just give us like a crazy bad name, acting as if they won the whole season by themselves. So this is going to be the brand new betrayal and disband meta here in Call of Dragons. It's going to be disgusting. This betray and disband meta is going to be crazy. And I don't know, man. I hope many alliances don't copy this formula in the future because it's a low blow here in Call of Dragons. If you really want to disband, it is better to disband on a high note. Don't go out there and betray your allies and then disband. Announce that you are disbanding because of, personal reasons, family stuff like that. When in truth, you just disbanded because probably you don't want to live with the consequences of your actions. Because, here in Call of Dragons, when you do something bad, people usually talk about it. They don't want to let it go. But now the new trend has been invented. Somebody is going to be copying this trend. Guys, feel free to comment down below which alliances have done this already. Maybe somebody have already done this new BDR trend that I'm talking about today. But for today, we know one alliance that has done it for sure. First, you betray, then you disband, and then you rebuild. You rebuild by going into a different alliance. You just take maybe a few of your leadership team there. You establish yourself there maybe in 1 or 2 seasons in a different generation. You play there, you have fun, and hope for people to forget. And over those seasons, you're going to be recruiting some of your older players one by one. You bring them into the alliance, and maybe in 3 or 4 seasons, you are back to full strength. And before you know it, boom, you are in KVK 1 with a powerful alliance, lots of players, and boom, you're back to the top. It is the new trend in Call of Dragons known as BDR. Betray, disband, and rebuild. I hope this is not what Call of Dragons is going to be moving forward, because one alliance has done it. What is to stop other alliances from doing it? Let us talk a little bit about this season, what really happened, how we got betrayed, and how these people decided to do this BDR new meta trend. So it was a 3v3 in this season. With our allies, we managed to push all the enemies out of the final zone. When the final zone opened, we built a lot of territory all the way up to here. Now, our territory was also blocking one of the enemies from making ground. Unfortunately, we could not use bastions to help out because the bastion was going to hit our ally and hit the enemy at the same time, making things difficult for us. So our territory was pretty much here, just chilling, blocking the enemy from progressing and getting ground on this side of the map. When it comes to the bottom over here, we were able to push one of our enemies all the way back to zone 1. When we ended up, winning the season, our two allies decided to give us the dragon. First of all, the first diplomacy was a little bit different. Our alliance was supposed to get 6 gear sentry for the 1 extra amber for the end of the season rewards. But when we defeated the enemy and pushed most of them outside, the ally decided to give us the dragon. Okay, they gave us the dragon, so we were like, sweet, this is nice. And after they gave us the dragon, they also asked us to delete the territory because we had swapped the end of season rewards. When they gave us the dragon, they decided to take our rewards. So we swapped rewards. They let us delete territory. They built slowly and came into our zone in order to take this gear sentry. They were supposed to take 6 gear sentry and we take the dragon. And then on the last day, they decided to turn on us. They waited for our downtime and decided to destroy our territory, decided to rally our cities and just kick us out of this final zone by taking all the rewards and claiming that we did not help them in the final zone. First of all, we were fighting all season. We didn't really have a lot of resources for healing in the final zone. Not resources. We didn't have a lot of elixir that have been saved up because we have been fighting all season. So we need to fight this enemy and also provide help on this side, which we did, by the way. We were sending some help on this side, but this enemy is like, that wasn't enough. So they decided to turn on us and take all of the rewards, rallying our cities, which was absolutely despicable. They should have just taken the dragon and left us alone. It's not like we were going to be fighting them because our power does not match them. They could have just annihilated us completely. So they should have just taken the dragon and be done with it. But that wasn't enough for them. They took the dragon and decided to rally our cities. Now, one of these allies decided not to disband. They have no shame, so they're going to be living with the consequence of their action. The other one decided to, do the BDR, which is betray, disband, and rebuild. They betray. They make an announcement that they are disbanding on a high note. They take a few of their leadership team and go to a different alliance in a different generation, rebuild there for maybe 1 or 2 seasons. And as they are rebuilding over there, they are going to be recruiting some of their most powerful players and bringing them into the alliance. And before you know it, in 3-4 seasons, they are back to the top in KVK number 1 and all is forgiven. So this is going to be a brand new trend that's going to be copied by multiple alliances here in Call of Dragons. You can now get away with betraying your allies. You just betray them, you disband, and then you go and rebuild somewhere else. This is the brand new trend. The best way to disband in Call of Dragons is to do it on a high note. I'm going to give you guys 3 examples of alliances who have disbanded on a high note. We're going to start off with the first alliance that disbanded, which was Echo. Echo, about 3 or 4 seasons, decided to disband because of personal reasons. It was a lot of stuff. So they disbanded on a high note. They disbanded as one of the strongest alliances in the game. No betrayal, no trying to rebuild somewhere else. That was a perfect disbanding. The next alliance to disband was EIS. EIS was also at the top. They were doing some good stuff, and they had beaten pretty much all the strong alliances in the game in one of the KVKs. Pretty much in their last KVK, they beat the best of the best, and then they decided to disband. That was a good disbanding. And then another alliance that disbanded this season was NXW. NXW is considered to be one of the strongest alliances in Call of Dragons, but due to personal reasons and stuff like that, they decided to disband. They didn't do it with the BDR META. Unlike one of these alliances that decided to betray their ally and then disband and go and rebuild somewhere else. This is absolutely despicable. I hope other alliances don't copy this formula in the future, but hey, it is already there. When somebody does one thing, many others are going to be copying it. So we have now created a brand new trend in Call of Dragons where you betray your allies, and if you can't live with the consequences, you just disband. One of the traitors who betrayed us this season decided not to disband. They are not afraid to live with the consequences. The other one is like, nah, let us just send the announcement, disband, maybe go and rebuild in a smaller kingdom. 2 or 3 seasons, all is forgiven. We recruit again, we come back to the top, and everything is good. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the brand new BDR meta in Call of Dragons. Feel free to comment down below which alliances are going to be adopting this formula in the future. I'm pretty sure somebody is going to be doing it. It has already been done, which means Shockwave is going to be sent into Call of Dragons. Many people are going to be copying this formula. So thank you guys for watching. If you're new, subscribe for more content. I hope people don't really copy this disgusting behavior in the future, you know, where you betray, you disband, and you go and rebuild somewhere else. I hope this is probably the end of it, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Many people are going to be copying this formula, and it's going to be red hot. It is the perfect way to get away with all the crazy stuff that you do to your allies in the game. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new, subscribe for more content. Until then, we shall meet again in the next video. Bye bye for now.